it's so good to see you today. I was just kind of cold, and so I was snuggling under my quilt. Let me show you my quilt. This is a really special quilt that I have. It was given to me many years ago by some little friends that I worked with. This is a quilt is actually a blanket that's made out of different colored shapes of fabric that are all sewn together to make like a blanket. A quilt is like a blanket, but it's called a quilt because it's made out of all these individual little pieces that are sewn together. My friends put their little hands on the quilt. Isn't that cute? So that I would remember them. It's a very special quilt for me. And I thought today we would read a story about a quilt and something that goes quack, quack. Because you know what? The word quack starts with the same letter as Q. And another word that starts with the letter Q is very good. This is the letter Q, and this is the word quilt. There is our letter Q. Now, if you look at the letter Q, it kind of looks like a letter O. We learned about the letter O a couple of story times ago when we read a story about an otter. This looks like the letter O, but it's got this special little tail on it, or little stick, and that's what makes it the letter Q. Now, I thought we would start our story time today reading this story I was just reading right now when you joined me. This is a story called Bear is Not Tired. Now, we're in the season of winter, and in the winter time, bears like to hibernate. Do you know what hibernate means? Hibernate means that bears sleep all winter, and then when they get up in the spring, they're very hungry and they're eager to get out and look for some food. In this case, in this story, Bear has some friends that go quack, quack. Yep, they're duck friends. And you know what? Ducks don't hibernate. They don't sleep all winter. So Bear doesn't want to either. But let's see what happens when Bear says, I'm not going to hibernate. This story is called Bear is Not Tired, and it's by Sierra Gavin. Bear is not tired. And look at there he is with his little duck friends. Aren't they cute? Bear is not tired. Bear and the ducks lived together under the same roof. They were one big happy family. Sometimes Bear forgot he wasn't a duck. He hardly noticed the difference. Look at there he is going swimming with the ducks. He's got his inner tube on to keep his little floaty to keep him in the water. Then one morning there was a sharp chill in the air. The ducks didn't mind, but the cold tickled Bear's nose. It could only mean one thing. Winter was coming. And that meant it was nearly time for Bear to go to sleep. He had been having so much fun, he'd forgotten all about it. Ducks don't sleep through the winter. Bear knew they would carry on as usual. And look at what they're doing in the winter. They're making a snow duck, and they're going sledding, and they're sitting by the fireplace reading a book. He didn't want to miss out on all the fun. He even had his winter clothes all ready. There's his scarf and his mittens. So Bear decided to stay awake. After all, he wasn't feeling the least bit sleepy. But the ducks began to notice a change in Bear. He kept falling asleep at the most inconvenient times. Bear tried to think of ways to stay awake. The ducks tried to help him. Look at, there's some ducks playing a trumpet and they're playing a flute. They're trying to make some music to make him stay awake. Does it look like they're having much luck? I don't think so. But nothing worked. Look at that. There's poor Bear falling asleep in his dinner. Every sound was a lullaby. The rippling of the water, the hum of the washing machine, the tap, tap, tap of baby ducks' feet. Bear was so tired, nothing made sense anymore. Look at that. He's putting his hands in his hat and he's got his gloves on his ears. He must be tired, right? Mama Duck said Bear couldn't fight who he was. Bears are bears, and bears are supposed to sleep in the winter. She promised him he wouldn't miss a thing. So, feeling reassured, Bear finally fell into a deep sleep. The ducks carried on with their usual winter activities. They included Bear whenever they could. Look at that, they're having dinner right by Bear. Isn't that nice? Even Baby Duck found a way to keep him close. And there's Baby Duck sleeping on top of Bear. They don't want to leave him out of anything, do they? Then one morning, Bear sat up and opened his eyes. It was spring! And Mama Duck had kept her promise. She even had the photos to prove it. And there's the photo album that Mama made that showed Bear and the ducks doing all kinds of things together. And there's a duck sleeping by Bear, and there's a duck reading Bear a story, and there's a duck, look at the ducks are even playing doctor with Bear, and look at there's Mama and Papa Duck standing by Bear. They're going to go get some food. They didn't leave him out at all. So it's a good thing Bear went to sleep because otherwise he would have been too tired, right? You bet. It's a good thing he's got ducks for friends. Now I've got a fun duck story to sing with you that has some quiet and it's got some not so quiet. Let's see. I am going to show you my ducks. Here is Mama Duck, and here are her 1, 2, oops, 2, 3, 4, 5 little ducks. There they are. And here's how this song goes. 5 little ducks went out one day over the hills and far away. Mama Duck said, quack, quack, quack. But 4 little ducks came running back. There's only 1, 2, 3, 4. Where did the other one go? 4 little ducks went out to play over the hills and far away. Mama Duck said, quack, quack, quack. But 3 little ducks came running back. 1, 2, 3. Where did the other ones go? 3 little ducks went out to play over the hills and far away. Mama Duck said, quack, quack, quack. But 2 little ducks came running back. 1, 2. 2 little ducks went out to play over the hills and far away. Mama Duck said, quack, quack, quack. But 1 little duck came running back. Where do you think the other ones went? 1 little duck went out to play over the hills and far away. Mama Duck said, quack, quack, quack. And no little ducks came running back. Do you think Mama Duck is being too quiet? Let's have her try it again, shall we? Mama Duck went out so sad. None of her ducks were outside near. Mama Duck went quack, quack, quack. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 little ducks came running back. Look at that. Mama Duck was too quiet. She needed to quack really loud, right? For those baby ducks to come back. Good job. Let's see what we're going to make today. Remember I said we're learning about the letter Q, and I showed you my beautiful quilt that keeps me warm at night or when I'm reading my books. So today we're going to make a quiet quilt of our own. I'm going to show you how to use a letter Q template, how to fill it in with lots of colorful scraps of fabric so you can make your own colorful, quiet quilt. I'll show you a list of supplies and give you a minute to go get them, and then we'll make our quiet quilt together. See you in a minute.
Now that you have your supplies together, let's make a letter Q. The first thing you're going to need is you're going to need a letter Q template. If you have a craft kit from the library, then you already have the template we're going to use today. If you don't have a craft kit, then you can find a template for the letter Q online, similar to what I found. Or if you don't have a computer and printer at home, you can take a plain white piece of paper and just draw the letter Q on your paper. You can cover it with the fabric scraps along with us as we do our project. Let's make a letter Q is for quiet quilt. Along with your template, you should have some scraps of fabric. Any colors will do. If you don't have any fabric scraps, then perhaps you could use pieces of colored construction paper or even pieces of gift wrap would be perfect. You'll also need your glue stick. So let's start by taking the cap off of our glue stick, cranking it up a little bit, and we're going to work in small sections of the letter Q. So let's start by putting a little bit of glue on our letter Q, and then we're going to cover that glue with the pieces of scrap fabric that we already have or that we've cut up. This is perfect, as I said. If you don't have scrap fabric, you can use small squares of colored construction paper or gift wrap paper, or you can mix the two and use gift wrap paper and construction paper together. Let's put some glue on our stick for our letter Q. The letter Q looks just like the letter O, except it has this stick in it at the bottom that tells us that this is the letter Q and not the letter O. Continue on all the way around your letter Q, adding pieces as you go so that your Q is very colorful. I think I need just a little bit more glue in this area here, and then my Q will be complete. Let's see, I think I can fit one more piece. I think I'll use that one. And now look at that. There is my letter Q. Shh. Its Q is for quiet quilt.
Did you have fun making your quiet quilt? I'll bet it's very colorful. I'd love to see a picture of it. When you're done with your quiet quilt Q, ask your mom or dad or a grown-up to send a picture of you with your quiet quilt and email it to ilovestories@harvard-diggins.org, and I'll put that information at the end of our video so I can see your colorful quiet quilt. And thanks for joining me today to share our story, Bear is Not Tired, and for letting me show you my quiet quilt. I hope I see you again soon. Until I see you again, make sure you read lots of really good stories and be sure to stop by the library and say hi. I'll see you again soon. Bye.